Remember that thrilling moment as a kid when you stumbled upon the Goosebumps series in your school library or local bookstore? Those shiny covers, the eerie green and purple font, and titles like Say Cheese and Die, or Night of the Living Dummy practically screamed, "Pick me up or live a boring, Goosebumps-less life forever." It wasn't just a series. It was a rite of passage into the world of creepy fun, where horrors were pint-sized and kid-friendly, but just enough to make you sleep with the lights on. R.L. Stine, the man behind the madness, had a gift. He didn't just write books. He crafted nightmares wrapped in humor, relatable characters, and plot twists that slapped you in the face harder than your mom when she caught you sneaking cookies. Goosebumps became the spooky holy grail for the preteen crowd in the 90s. But here's the fun twist. These stories still hold up. Not perfectly, but in a cheesy, endearing way that makes us laugh, cringe, and appreciate their brilliance. The world of Goosebumps. Creepy, quirky, and questionably ethical. Goosebumps didn't just give us scary monsters. No. Stine gave us monsters with personality. Take Slappy, the haunted dummy from Night of the Living Dummy. He's not your average dummy. He's a wisecracking jerk you'd never invite to your birthday party. His insults sting, his laugh is unnerving, and somehow, he's always got a plan to turn your life upside down. It's like he's a school bully reincarnated as a chunk of cursed wood. And what about the cuckoo clock of doom? In what universe does a clock send you back in time to fix your mistakes, only to get stuck in infancy because your annoying sibling is better at strategy than you are? That's right, R.L. Stine's universe. He made even the most mundane objects terrifying. Soap, haunted, cameras, cursed, lawn gnomes, evil spies. He turned everyday life into a landmine of jump scares. But here's the kicker. Goosebumps didn't just scare us. It entertained us with its hilariously dramatic characters. Who could forget those classic Stine tropes? The clueless parents who wouldn't believe you if a werewolf knocked on their door and politely asked for a snack. The best friend who always had the bad idea. Let's go explore the abandoned amusement park. What could go wrong? And of course, the kid protagonist, brave, sarcastic, and always caught in the middle of paranormal chaos. Reading Goosebumps, the emotional roller coaster. If you've read Goosebumps, you know they're a cocktail of emotions. First comes the curiosity. What's the deal with this weird basement door that mom and dad told me never to open? Then, dread sets in as things start going south. Oh, that door? It's a portal to another dimension, and you've just unleashed something slimy and vengeful. There's also that moment of hope. Maybe, just maybe, the protagonist will outsmart the villain. Spoiler alert, they don't always. Or they do. But there's a cliffhanger that leaves you wondering, wait, what happens next? Cue the evil laugh soundtrack. Goosebumps taught us that life's not all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it's slime, growls, and a dummy plotting world domination. And somehow, that made it magical. The humor and the horror. One of the reasons Goosebumps remains iconic is its humor. Stine had a knack for making even the creepiest moments laugh out loud funny. Take the haunted mask. Carly Beth, desperate to scare her bullies, buys a mask that turns her into a walking nightmare. But the real horror? Trying to take it off and realizing it's stuck. As terrifying as that concept is, the visual of a kid running around town, unable to remove a grotesque mask while yelling, "I'm fine, really," is undeniably hilarious. And let's talk about those chapter endings. Every page-turner ended with an exclamation point. I turned around and saw nothing, or the infamous something cold touched my shoulder, only to reveal 3 pages later that it was just the wind. As kids, we fell for it every time, wide-eyed and breathless. Looking back now, it's like, nice try, R.L. Stine. You got me again. Why Goosebumps mattered and still does. Goosebumps wasn't just entertainment. It was a gateway to storytelling. For many kids, it was their first taste of suspense, their introduction to plot twists and unreliable narrators. Stine didn't dumb down his stories for kids. He made them accessible but smart. packing each book with just enough mystery, fear, and laughs to keep you hooked. And let's not ignore the cultural impact. Goosebumps didn't just stay on the page. It exploded into TV shows, merchandise, and movies. The TV series, with its delightfully low-budget effects, was like the icing on a creepy cake. Remember the Goosebumps theme song? That spine-tingling tune still plays in my head every time I see a ventriloquist dummy or an unassuming cuckoo clock. Even as adults, the series holds a special place in our hearts. Sure, we're not biting our nails over Slappy anymore, but we can appreciate the nostalgia, the creativity, and the sheer fun of it all. R.L. Stine didn't just write stories. He built a spooky playground for young readers, a place where imagination ran wild and the stakes were high but never too high. Final thoughts. A creepy classic that stands the test of time. Goosebumps is like that weird, quirky friend from your childhood. The one who always had a wild story to tell, even if it made you sleep with one eye open. It wasn't perfect, but that was part of its charm. Stine's mix of humor, horror, and heart created a world where anything was possible and every shadow held a story. So, whether you're revisiting these books for nostalgia or introducing them to a new generation of readers, Goosebumps remains a delightful slice of spooky fun. It's a reminder that horror doesn't have to be grotesque or gory to be effective. It just needs a good twist, a dash of humor, and a lot of heart. And in that, R.L. Stine is a master. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think my lawn gnomes are giving me side eye. Time to grab a flashlight and check things out, but not alone. Because if Goosebumps taught us one thing, it's this: never, ever investigate creepy noises by yourself. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.